Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Turn 3 Racing Network, as tonight we're here for the first time with OP Racing Super Speedway Series as they kick off their opening season right here at the big, the bad, the really mamma jamma track. Well, I guess it's Talladega. Well, anyways, it might be something. I don't know. I'm a little out of it tonight, but good news is I have a great friend here with me. His name is Danny Valenzuela. And Danny, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good tonight, KR. Sounds like we're gonna be having a good race here. Been watching these guys out here on track doing a little practice. We're running some awesome trains. You know, lots of respect between these drivers. So hopefully, good green flag runs here tonight.
I think we're going to see some great green flag runs out here tonight. We will see stage racing here with the OP Racing Super Speedway Series. And here at Talladega, they do 94 laps. So stage 1 will end on lap 20. Stage 2 will end on lap 40. And then they will do their quote, I'm doing air quotes, you can't see me, doing air quotes. But then you'll see them do a sprint to the finish for stage 3. So Danny, this is your first time out here with OP Racing, and as you can see, drivers are already on the grid, pace car is pulling off, and man, what do you think so far? We set the field with these Daytona duels, and here we are now gonna go racing.
I'm really excited knowing that they did that duel beforehand. You know, gives these guys an opportunity to run together before they get thrown out here on the track for the first time. Here at Talladega, a little more room, so these guys got something to work with. Like I said, I'm just excited to be here.
It's going to be a great time as we're going through the grid right here. You can see that Rick Severins, Josh Milam on the front row. Mark Mann, Mark Vega make up row number 2. Row 3 will be James Mayer and David Overstreet. Row 4, Anthony English and Hunter Reynolds. Row 5, Daniel Harrington and Sean McCormick. Row 6 will be Chase Berry and Aspen Belvin. Row 7, Cody Leavitt and Doug Rice. Row 8 will be Mike Schultz and Nate Stewart. Row 9, David Booth and the 28 machine of Derek Conley. Row 10 will be Jacob Sayers and Tristan Walker. Row 11, Kelly Milam and Robert Duvendak. Row 12, Cody Ober and Cody Eldred. Row 13, Travis Elliott, Chris McCullough. Row 14, Ken McCullough and Robert Payne. Row 16, Les Levy and David McCullough. Row 17, Rod Flagg and Will Weber as race control. Well, that is going to do it for our starting lineup. Rick Seabrans on pole. Won the championship last season. Can he set the tone for season number 3? Danny, why don't you take us to this green flag?
There we go. Start finish line here at Talladega could be a little bit further off than we're used to seeing. These guys are going to have to be handling themselves as they get rolling here tonight. That pace car is off. Cars are in the hands of Rick Seabrans. Coming through that triangle, getting ready to go green. Here and there he goes on that loud pedal. Going to stay down to the inside. That's going to be where a lot of guys are going to want to be. That outside line, a lot of times we're going to see those guys pushing, getting passes going. As we are already seeing guys stacking up 3 wide further back in the pack here.
Side by side they go for the first 2 rows, and then there's a big gap on the outside lane. That has left Josh Milam in the 7 machine and Mark Vega all by themselves, but they are hanging tough in that outside lane. These two, no strangers to being out front. However, Mark Vega is a bit of a stranger to everyone who follows the OP Racing Super Speedway Series here on the broadcast. He is normally in race control, but tonight and for this season, he has found a replacement, and that will be Will Weber, and Mark Vega is going to show his outstanding talents as a driver here tonight.
That's a great opportunity for him to get out on track and, show these guys what he's made of. He's been telling them what to do nonstop for the last little bit, but now he's going to get out there and rub shoulders, if you will.
Going to be a great race all race long. We're going to for sure keep an eye on Mark Vega, because if he makes a mistake, breaks a rule or something, that's just going to be outstanding, because we're going to have to chew him up one side and down the other.
We won't be the only ones doing it. Everybody else will be on him just as quick as we are.
Anyways, the rest of the field starting to get single file, already seeing a lot of drivers on that inside line, this big, bad, fast Talladega track with these new A car. This is the Cup car. This is the top dog here from NASCAR. Offers lots of downforce, very manageable, and a lot of draft, closing rate, I guess you could say.
Looking at that one car, Mark Vega, looks like he might have found a wall at some point, missing half the car, at least what I'm looking at. He's sitting on that outside lane, letting everybody go on past.
It looked like he was having a little bit of connection issues to me, but Mark Vega getting it straightened out, getting back in the line, so good news for him. Back to the front we go. Rick Seabrans in the 4. Right now he is down on the bottom, running that 4 machine as fast as he can. Josh Milam in the 7. Josh Milam, a Fuel Sim Racing team member, and he has got Mark Mann in the 04 behind him. As we go on board with Mark Mann, always do this for Mark. Gotta do it one more time. Mark, this one's for you, bud. There we go, start the season off right.
Looking like we got 2 packs forming up here. That backpack being led by Derek Connolly. They're slowly starting to catch up to Mark Vega, and it looks like they're going to overtake him pretty easily here. Those guys top 3 in that pack running in line, and then back behind them, oh, so we watched the 23 there jumping to the outside. Maybe looking to make something happen, but you know, these guys, they got plenty of time to work their way around this track, and no need to push anything too crazy right now.
You mentioned the 23, that is Rod Flagg, a rookie here for OP Racing Super Speedway Series. OP Racing is open to applications. However, you do have to run some races in their feeder series to make it here on Monday night. If you would like to get into this broadcast on Monday night, when look for OP Racing in the league tabs of iRacing, apply to the feeder series and run the trucks, then run the K&N, and then you can get back out there with them on Monday nights after you've ran a few races, show that you have some car control, and you can get running with these guys right away. Danny, we've had quite the turnout for tonight's race. I'm showing we started 32 cars here tonight.
There's plenty of room out here on track. There's a lot of cars, but they'll be using up all that space. You know, as we see them go through the night, the longer we go, the more impatient guys are going to get. This is a good-sized field for this track, so they'll be definitely fighting for those positions.
Big field here in the OP Racing Super Speedway Series, but fortunately we're on a big track and these drivers have lots of room to run as Josh Milam is out front in that 7 machine. He is looking to lead some laps here, and for the moment he is getting it done.
Been watching this front pack for a little bit now. A couple of guys every once in a while look like they're looking to maybe throw something all the way to the outside, but no one's really stayed up there once they hit the corner. They seem to drop back in line and just keep riding, not really pushing anything all the way outside there.
Well, Danny, I know this is your first time with this group and working with me, and I appreciate you being here, and I'm very excited for everything you're getting ready to witness. You mentioned drivers hitting the outside lane. Now is a good time to point out the White Trash Racing team. That is the 2, the 42, and the 89. These guys have no fear when it comes to running that 3rd, maybe in 4th lane. They will get right along the wall if they have to. And right now, all 3 drivers have hooked up. And now we're starting to see a 3rd lane develop, currently being led by, I believe that is Mike Schultz, another rookie here in OP Racing. But the McCullough brothers, or I shouldn't say brothers, but the McCulloughs of White Trash Racing, they're not necessarily brothers. It's a father, son, and cousin, if I recall correctly. They're starting to get hooked up, and those guys will be running the outer lane in no time.
Looked like we had them going 3 wide there for a second. Didn't seem to be working out for anybody. Looking at the couple guys, they're up there towards the front. They've dropped back in, not been able to make any positions up that way.
Side by side we go. Mark Mann on the outside lane in the 04. Josh Milam in the 7, down on the inside, hugging that yellow line. That outer lane starts to get a good run, but loses some momentum through the corners. Their good run fizzles out by the time they hit the entrance of turn 3 or turn 1. But man, what a run you can get down the straightaways in the outer lane.
Mike Schultz back out there, that outside lane. We saw him leading that 3rd line earlier, just a couple laps ago, and he's looking to get it going again. Not giving up on that one by a long shot.
Several new paint schemes out here, so if I don't recognize a car right away, well, it's because they changed it on me, and I can't be at blame because I'm perfect, right, Danny?
That's the rumor I hear, and I'm not one to argue with rumors.
All right, I like you already. We'll check in on some of our other team drivers. Alex Green in the 15 machine. He's looking to hook up with his teammates Cody Ober, but for the moment they are not together. Mark Vega nowhere around. That is the GOP Racing DEI wannabes. Those guys tend to hook up and work well together. There is team racing allowed here in OP Racing. There are no limits on the team members. They had limits last season. This time they said, you know what, limits didn't work. We're going to just go ahead and let the drivers be with who they want to be. And right now we've got teammates all over the track. Not too many of them have hooked up just yet, but we're still early here in this race. We're only on lap 11 of 94. Robert Payne in the 3 machine won the opening race last season. We'll see if he can pick up another win running the Buddy Check 3 machine, or Buddy Check 22 number 3. Looking very good on the inside lane as he is working his way underneath the 02 of David Overstreet. David, a rookie here in the Monday Night Series, did his time in the feeder series and got the promotion up into Monday Night. Right now he's putting on a good run. He is that 3rd car in the outside lane. See about some of our other rookies we got going on here. The 40 machine piloted by Anthony English. Anthony started 7th. He has dropped all the way back to the back of the pack to see about how this is going to shake down. Logging some laps, but he has got a heck of a driver behind him. The inaugural season champion, none other than Aspen Belvin in the 84, tucked in right behind him. And then the 13 of Nate Stewart, another rookie. So a lot of rookies out here tonight in the OP Racing Super Speedway Series. A lot of drivers making the promotion into Monday night, and a lot of that has to do with this full field. We have several rookies. We'll try and cover them all here and get a good show and good feel of what is going on with these guys. Right now we're looking at the 82 machine. Daniel Harrington, Demon Tech 82 Twitch streamer. If you haven't hit his stream up and you'd like to follow a stream on Twitch from time to time, hit up Demon Tech 82. Tell him I sent you, and then tell him I'm a lot better looking than he is. Yeah. Just to hurt his feelings, just a touch. You don't gotta be mean about it. Just, you know, whatever. He'll know it's a lie because he's a handsome devil. So several drivers have made pit stops, and that is why they are down the running order. The first car out on track that has already made a pit stop is Anthony English in that 40 machine. Got a 3-car group here. Then we drop back a little bit to Derek Conley in the 28 machine. Derek Conley leading another 3-car group with Chase Berry and Tristan Walker. And Danny, how often do you feel pit strategy comes into play here at these super speedways?
You know, as long as we can keep the racing green like we've seen, I think it's going to play a big role. These guys are going to have to get in there. They're going to have to time it right. Not only that, but get in there with a group of guys they can work with afterwards. You and I both know if you get out there on your own, that train's just going to come around and swallow you up, and that'll be the end of your night right there. So these guys getting into little packs of 3, they'll stand a chance to make it here to the end of the stage, catch that caution, get caught back up to the tail end of the field, and be in a good position for the next stage.
While race leaders are getting ready to put the first group of drivers who have already made a pit stop, the first 3-car group, 1 lap down, as that looks to be the 39 of Jacob Sayers. And Jacob Sayers doesn't want to go a lap down, but good news is we're on the edge of this stage 1 wrapping up. Remember, it will be on lap 20 when the yellow flag flies, or I should say when they cross the start finish line, the yellow flag will fly on lap 20. Unfortunately, it looks like this lead group has got a lot of steam here, but they have not made a pit stop yet, so different strategies here could play into a lot of different scenarios for these drivers as they hit pit road. And here comes a big group, all our leaders onto pit road.
That 39 machine had to be happy to see those guys dipping off the inside line there, letting him know that he's gonna live to fight another day. Keep going on the track there.
We go on board with Mark Mann as he goes down his pit lane, trying to get into his pit box cleanly. A lot of time to be had or lost here on pit road, and for the moment it looks like Josh Milam with a very quick pit stop. He is going to roll off first. Rick Sebrin's back there as well, and Mark Mann getting up to speed. So Josh Milam right now has gained the lead, but he has got to get up to speed as these drivers cycle around. There are already drivers up to full speed here.
Milam might be in a little bit of trouble here. We see him out there by himself. You know, he's not really working with anybody, so when that pack catches him, like we talked about earlier, they're just going to cruise on by. Not really too worried with what he's doing.
We are on board with David McCullough, who had a great run, but he was all by himself. He made it up to second, and then everyone started forming up behind him, and now you can see cars are all starting to pass him. There is the 42 machine, his teammate Chris McCullough, but David McCullough losing a lot of ground because he was all by himself. But now Josh Milam, he won't have the speed as these drivers swallow him up, and there it goes. Daniel Harrington in the 82 is going to pass him up. Josh Milam has no help. Now his teammate Derek Conley going to give him a little bump through the corner there. Very dangerous to give him a bump at the entrance of the corner, but it works out. Josh Milam starting to gain some speed, but Daniel Harrington in the 82 machine, he is going to cross the start-finish line as the leader. And the caution flag, I think, has come out. It has. So we are under yellow here, the end of stage 1. Daniel Harrington, your stage 1 winner. Got it done with some great pit strategy. Only did 4 laps. He took full advantage of it. He had a 5.7 second pit stop, and that has got him the stage 1 win.
I think we're going to see that through the night. You know, that pit strategy, when you pit, is going to come into play big time, where we saw guys waiting a little bit longer, getting swallowed up by the field. The guys that jumped in a little bit sooner able to have that speed, so when the field catches them, they were either ready to go, or the field was dropping into pits at that point behind them.
It does look like we have one driver smoking. That is Rod Flagg in the 23 as he tried to get to the end of the stage. Looks like heavy damage on that thing. Not 100% sure what happened to him, but that 23 machine is definitely smoking. The good news is everyone has one fast repair. The bad news is he's going to have to use it here in stage 1.
As a driver, you're trying to hang on to that thing as long as possible, especially here at these tracks where you know something's going to happen. You know, you can count on somebody getting caught up with somebody else at some point, and the longer you can hold on to that fast repair, the safer you feel.
All right, so we'll get a quick word in with Daniel Harrington after he makes his pit stop. We're going to see everyone come down pit road, set up for stage number 2. Daniel Harrington winning the first stage of the season. Congratulations to him. Nice job. Pace car, even though it's a Ford butt stain, is going to make a bold move and decide to keep running out there. I don't know how it can keep going.
I'm just surprised to see it running, period. So I guess give him a high five for being out on track still.
It looks like everyone is coming down pit road. Harrington into his box cleanly. Ken McCullough did stay out. Not 100% sure if he was a lap down or not, but he has stayed out. He is currently scored as the leader. But Cody Ober is going to win the race off of pit road. Robert Payne in the 3, right behind him. Teammates right there running very similar paint schemes. So with pit stops done, let's see if we can get a word in with our stage 1 winner, and that is none other than Demon Tech 82 himself, Dan Harrington. Dan, how you doing tonight?
Doing all right, man.
Well, you win the stage. What's it gonna take to win the race?
Just gotta nail those pit stops and be real smooth with the throttle on coming out of pits and any restarts we get.
Now, tell me how the strategy worked out for you to win this stage. What were you thinking when you hit pit road?
Again, just being smooth. These cars, we've been finding out through practice that they spin their tires so easily compared to the other ones. So I was just focused on being smooth, nailing all of my points, and just getting in and out as quick as I could.
Well, man, nice job. You pick up the first stage win of the season right here at Talladega. The duels set the running order for the field, but qualifying may not be as important here. How do you feel your chances are for this race?
It's always a gamble. I try not to make estimates because trying to make an estimate as with this stuff, it's like breaking a mirror while walking under a ladder. I mean, you just got to be as smooth as possible and just pray to Lady Luck.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on the stage win. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Thanks to you guys for doing the broadcast, Alex and them for running the show, and yeah, just my channel. Check out the view from the 82 at twitch.com or twitch.tv/DemonTech82.
All right, man. Nice job, and once again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, there we go. We got rid of him. He's out of TeamSpeak. All right. Well, what are you thinking so far there, Dan?
I'm enjoying the racing. It's always good to see these super speedways go green like this. So often you get in races and everybody just backs up and piles into each other. It turns into caution after caution. So all this green flag running makes things interesting. The pit stops actually matter. Everybody's got to time those right, or we see some of the issues we saw there late in the stage.
All right, guys. Well, while we have a moment, we're going to catch our breath. We're going to step away. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As the drivers are starting to form up for the restart, the lights have gone out on the Mustang. I apologize. I always make that mistake. The 3 of Robert Payne on the inside, the 8 of Cody Ober on the outside. Teammates on the front row. Row number 2 for this restart will be Tristan Walker and Daniel Harrington. Here we go. The Ford Mustang pulling out of our way. Cody Ober, Robert Payne gonna bring us up to speed. Several drivers tagging the tail end of the longest line as they made pit stops at the last second. But we only have a handful of cars restarting on the outside here. Here we go, Robert Payne, Cody Ober leading, waiting patiently for the green flag, and there it is. We are underway here for stage number 2. Drivers getting after it. Back of the pack has started to scramble, gaining all the spots they can. Meanwhile, drivers at the front trying to hold on to what they have. And it looks like, for the moment, Cody Ober has the full head of steam, but here comes the 12 of Tristan Walker to give a good shove to the 3 of Robert Payne. Down this long Talladega backstretch they go. They start to gain a little bit of momentum, but the outside lane of Chase Berry and the 42 of Chris McCullough really making some gains as they are going to work their way through 3 and 4. Onto the front stretch they go, 3 wide, bringing it around to complete the first lap of stage number 2.
Those guys wasted no time getting that outside lane rolling, and it looks like it's actually holding up for them this time. They're able to hang with the middle lane, the inside lane, keep that momentum going forward.
3 wide already in the opening laps of stage number 2. These guys wasted no time getting after it, and Chase Berry leading the charge in the outer lane. That's going to be a great race if this is how these guys are going to pull it off.
Nice to see him out there giving everybody plenty of room, so we shouldn't have any issues with it. But that outside lane, if it just stays those 2 cars, they aren't going to be able to get that momentum going. So hopefully that 89 machine, Ken McCullough, can get caught up there, get that lane going.
Robert Payne in the 3 machine out front, looking to make another mark here in the OP Racing Super Speedway Series, trying to pull off his 2nd win ever in this league. He is an admin within the league, a co-owner, so to speak. Alex Green, Cody Ober, and Robert Payne work diligently and together to put this league on. And these guys, even though it's their league, they have a hard time winning week in and week out. That just shows you how hard this league is. We very rarely have a repeat winner in a season. In fact, I don't think I saw a repeat winner in season 2 until deep into the season. You gotta win the first one to even be considered for a repeat. And Danny, these guys in the outer lane, we're starting to see White Trash Racing. They formed up. I told you about them in stage 1. Here they are. That 42, the 89, and the 2, all right there, right tucked in close behind the 11 of Chase Berry.
Starting to see you guys able to make that pass around the outside and then drop down to that inside lane pretty quickly. Outside lane looks like it's fading away. We're going to be back to 2 wide racing here for a little bit.
Daniel Harrington in the Demon Tech 82 machine, credited with leading that lap, but he has some pressure from the 95 of James Mayer. Mayer in his 2nd season with OP Racing, running a Miller Lite 95 machine. That car looking very solid, very good here tonight. Out front in the outside lane, he's got Josh Milam in the 7 pushing him. Milam has picked up a couple wins here in this series. He'd love to add another one. These drivers are working their way through 3 and 4. That 3rd lane has fizzled out a little bit, but White Trash Racing not quite giving up on it yet, as the 42 of Chris McCullough and the 89 of Ken McCullough tucked in right behind him.
We saw it working earlier, but they need more cars for it to really go anywhere. I mean, it seems like they're able to hang with the line but not advance. So maybe some more guys will see that there's some momentum they can build up there and jump up there with and start pushing that line.
We go on board with Mark Vega in the 1 machine. We mentioned it earlier, but Mark stepping out of the race control and down onto the track to mix it up with these guys. And he has a good run going right now as he is out there with this lead group. We saw him have a little bit of connection issues, dropped to the back a little bit, and now he has made his way to the front, and he is going to have another drop out there. That is not something you want to have happening, especially on a super speedway.
Now that's going to make you nervous and everyone else around you nervous, and that's definitely not what you want here tonight. We're watching now that first 3 rows all sitting 3 wide. These guys are really pushing that outside line.
Want to do a little bit of housekeeping right now. We have 29 drivers on the lead lap. First car 1 lap down. That is the 35 of Doug Rice. He is 1 lap down. Currently the only car 1 lap down. Nate Stewart in the 13 machine. He has currently scored 2 laps down, but he is up there kind of in that lead pack, hoping that he can be the first car 2 laps down, as Doug Rice is running all by himself. The wave around will be in effect here in about 8 laps if we don't get a caution before that. And Doug Rice looks like he's going to pull down to the inside lane and let these guys race it out. He's going to slow that thing way down if he's going to try and hold it here on the bottom, though. Doug Rice doing a good job slowing it down there. He's going to let the field go by. Benefit to Nate Stewart and Rod Flagg. Both those guys laps down. They're going to get on that 2 lap down schedule with Doug Rice. So the first car now 2 laps down will be Nate Stewart Nobody is currently 1 lap down. Danny, what are you seeing out there? Anything that caught your eye? Something that a driver is doing?
I'm just watching Josh Milam there in that 7 machine working that outside line. We watched him, he was right in the middle there for a minute and decided that outside's where he wanted to be. Picking up that 42 car there behind him and hoping to get that train going. Matching the wall there. Able to hang on to it. Everybody else able to get on by without having any issues. That's going to give him a little bit of trouble here. It's going to see him slowly start to drop back. This track being so aero dependent.
For a moment, we were 4 wide as Josh Milam got into the wall there. I'll tell you, that was a bit crazy, but everyone managed to make it work. And it looks like now we're going to try and go 3 wide again as Tristan Walker in the 12 has peeked his nose out. He is leading that 3rd lane. But Demon Tech 82 himself, Daniel Harrington, hugging that yellow line, got some help from the 8 of Cody Ober. If I know one thing about Cody, he will abandon you in a heartbeat. And I say that with all bitterness intended. He might have abandoned me, Danny, in a race, and it hurt my feelings, and I'm never going to let him live it down. I mean, he only did it once, and he's pushed me a lot since then. But I'm not going to let him live down the one time he abandoned me.
Every time I've been on track, I've thought I've had friends, and then come the end of the race, found out that friendship might not have been quite as strong as I thought it was. Everybody's always out for themselves at these super speedways, willing to work with you for a little bit, as long as it benefits them.
Yeah, that's all right. It is super speedway racing. You got to make friends, but you got to take care of your car. You got to take care of your own points finish, your own race. And, if we're going to be honest, he probably abandoned me because I was pretty slow.
Sounds understandable then. I can't hold him at fault on that one.
Yeah, but let's not be honest.
Oh, well then, that was really mean. I can't believe he did that.
Absolutely. All right. I'll tell you, Danny, this is going to be fun. Stage 2, about 4 laps away from drawing to a close. Drivers really starting to feel the crunch. A lot of them can make it on fuel here, but some of them, especially the drivers who have been out front the entire stage 2, using a lot of fuel, might be pretty close. Does come down to how much you've been able to save. And man, you can tell it's getting close to the end of the stage because we are back to 3 wide. Drivers are snaking all over the track. And it is going to really start picking up here as now we have 3 laps to go here in stage 2.
Yeah, we watched Josh Milam get up into that outside wall a few laps back, and for a second there, he was leading that 3rd line again, trying to get that rolling. Wasn't doing a half bad job, so that car must not be tore up too bad. But he's going to go ahead and drop back into line now in that 2nd line there to the outside.
Ooh, we got one down below. That is the 07 of Scott Bellum. He is going to lose a lot of ground here. Oh, big moment. Good for him to check up and say, I'm not going to take out the field. I'm going to get this car under control. Nice bit of driving by the 07 of Scott Bellum.
That's a real testament to the drivers we got out here tonight, that he's able to get that little incident under control. Nobody panicked. Everybody just kind of keep running. A lot of times some little incident like that would turn into a great big mess. So great to see these drivers out here able to handle the craziness that comes their way.
Two laps left, or I should say a lap and a half as they work their way down the back stretch. James Mayer, Daniel Harrington, the 2 lead cars in our inside and outside lanes. And now Harrington gonna pull away a little bit. Cody over in the 8 trying to hold on tight to him. Robert Payne tucked in close. We're gonna go 3 wide through the tri-oval as the 40 machine of Anthony English right now the highest running rookie, and he's going to get left high and dry. Everyone drop down below him. There's a car sideways. That is the 89 of Kenny McCullough. McCullough sideways. Drivers checking up. We stay green for the moment. The 13 caught up in it. No yellow flag out just yet. We're going to race to the checkered of stage 2. James Mayer and the 89 of Daniel Harrington are going to get to race it out. Big loss for Kenny McCullough, but he is going to gather it back in. Hopefully the damage isn't too much, and down to the stripe we go. It looks like Daniel Harrington is going to win 2 stages here tonight at Talladega.
That's a great way to start out the season. Grab those first 2 stages, make a statement, let everybody know what you're here to do.
So Harrington winning stage number 2 and stage number 1. These drivers are going to get caught up to the field or to the pace car and make pit stops and get ready for stage number 3. But Kenny McCullough went for a ride. Let's see if we can back this up a little bit and see what happened to him as we go to our replay here on Turn 3 Racing Network. The 89 machine of Kenny McCullough. Backed it up just a little too much. We're going to watch him go down the front stretch into the tri-oval. Moves the 40 of Anthony English with a little bit of a bump draft. Slides down underneath and then into the turn 1. Rick Seabrans gets involved, the 13 machine involved in that one. The 13 of Nate Stewart with nowhere to go. Mark Mann getting a little piece of it. Mark Vega. Good moves by Mark Vega to avoid it. But the field is caught up to the pace car. We're going to hit pit road this time. We're going to see who can come off pit road as the leader. But what a stage 2 that was.
Just goes to show how well these guys have been driving. You know, just one little thing can throw a wrench in what's going on. A little bit of contact in just the wrong spot and sending guys around. But, you know, if it's going to happen somewhere right there at the end of the stage, probably is one of the better places it could happen for guys. Gives them a chance to get caught back up, get things handled with the stage there.
So Harrington into his pit box. Can he hit it perfectly and cleanly? And he does, along with Mayer in the 95. Several drivers making good pit stops. But it is also very hard to hit your pit box cleanly time and time again. Mark Vega not heading pit road this time. He might try a different strategy here. But Harrington gonna win the race off of pit road. Our stage 2 winner. Let's see if we can get another word in with Daniel Harrington. And Danny, I'm going to let you talk to Daniel.
Sounds good.
Hey, what's going on?
How's it going, man?
Oh, man. Cody is amazing at pushing.
It was looking like it's working for you guys out there tonight. Got you your second stage win here tonight. How's that playing into the plan for you?
They're being really loud on the radio. What was that?
Oh, just asking, you know, taking 2 stages in a row. That's got to be a good feeling. What's the plan
stoked.
from here on out?
Probably, man, I don't know. It's really fun up front right now. I really like to stay up here and mix it up. Still got the reset, so there's that to back up on. But just going to kind of settle in and go for the long haul at this point.
Now, you know, we've seen you guys running 3 wide a lot up there. It looks like everybody's giving each other plenty of room, you know. anything you're really planning for here tonight as far as what you're going to have to do to get your car, you know, a third stage win or a win here tonight?
I'm just gonna have to try and stay with the crew, get all of us working together, and however it irons out in the end, we'll definitely, you know, whoever's up front, we'll push them to the win.
Awesome. Anywhere on the track that you're seeing is going to be a better place to be, up high, down low? That I've seen you running the bottom line most of the day. Is that just kind of the place to be to ride it out?
I think if you're up front, if you get a good pusher, the bottom working out really well right now. The second lane is probably overall the place to be, though.
Well, congratulations on that second stage win. That's got to be a nice feeling, like we said. So enjoy your time out there, and hopefully we'll be talking to you again here at the end of the race.
Thanks, sir.
All right, that was the 82 of Dan Harrington. Got a chance to talk to him. This was his second stage win, so tonight is working out in his favor for sure. Watching everybody come around here again tonight, getting ready. Hopefully, see some more green flag racing, get some excitement going. Those three wide out the front. Most of the race here tonight has been awesome. Always excited to see that outside lane. Like Dan was saying, that inside's where you want to be, but that middle lane is definitely making some headway throughout the race.
A lot of drivers using those faster lanes to their advantage, but then they'll pull down to that inside. And I never understood that. You got to the front by being in the outer lane, and then you pull down. So some of these drivers like to stay out in the outer lane. Some of them like to pull down to defend the shortest way around the track. I guess it comes down to driver preference.
Yeah, like he was saying, that bottom lane's a great place to ride, but I think if you can get the right guys formed up, that middle lane or even the outside lane's going to be a place that you're going to be able to get to the front. And hopefully, if you can time it right, you're getting there just in time. Just in time to take the checkered flag.
Timing is everything on a super speedway series. And in fact, if anyone watched this year's Indy 500, you'll know that timing in racing is very important. Alexander Rossi made a big move about one lap too soon, and ended up going to Simon Pagenaud for the win. But it was one of those where timing is everything. All right, guys, lights have gone out on the pace car. Not sure if the electrics have quit working in that thing. We'll see if he pulls down pit road this time. Probably gonna have to get those lights fixed, as it is a Ford Mustang. Danny, you a Ford fan?
They've only got one car that catches my attention, and I can't afford it, so not really.
GT40?
Okay, let's make it two cars. We'll go ahead and throw the GT in there, as well as that Focus RS they got. I think it looks to be a little monster.
You like the hot hatchbacks, huh?
You know, I got into racing through rally a lot, so got a little bit of a soft spot for that RS.
Well, I won't judge you too harshly, but if I don't ask you to come back next week, you'll know why.
It's understandable. I feel bad every time I say it, so.
I kid. I have too much fun bashing Ford. I am a GM guy myself, and I don't know, I just like them. They're all fast. Let's be honest, they're all fast.
I don't know, that Mustang's a few laps down at this point.
Yes, we have not had a caution for an incident so far this race. The only 2 cautions we have had were stage-ending cautions. We have seen a couple cars get damaged. We saw that big crash coming to the end of stage 2 that involved the 13 machine of Nate Stewart and the 89 of Kenny McCullough. Other than that, we have been green flag racing, and Danny, we're about ready to go green flag once again. Why don't you take us through this green flag?
Well, we got that Mustang out of the way, so Daniel Harrington is back in control of the field. They'll be bringing us to that long stretch around, waiting. And there we can hear him right back on that loud pedal, ready to go racing. Cody Ober to his outside, getting a decent little jump on him. He can get some help from that 40 machine of Anthony English there behind him. They might be able to get something going here on this first lap. They are hooked up right now.
Daniel Harrington leading the charge off of turn number 2 down this long Talladega backstretch, but Cody Ober in the 8, he wants the lead. He's got some help from the 40 of Anthony English. Can he get it done as they dive down into 3 and 4? Side by side they go. James Mayer in the 95 trying to make his mark in his sophomore season. He has been out front this entire race. We're in the final stage, and these guys are trying to get it done.
Anthony English, Cody Ober, they are hooked up nose to tail most of the way around the track. Just saw him step out just a little bit coming through that tri-oval. Looked like Cody might have got the credit for that lap.
Cody Ober in the buddy check 22, supporting veterans suicide there in the 8. Not something people like to address, but it is a real problem, real situation, and we here at turn 3 appreciate and accept, or I shouldn't say accept, but thank all of our veterans, and we hope that you guys will check out Buddy 22 if you are feeling lonely or in a bad situation. And all those accolades will not be applied to Robert Payne, because we can't thank Robert Payne. I have that on good authority, by the way.
Well, we see Cody able to drop that inside line, finally able to make that pass 2 laps in here. But, that outside lane's been working so well. He was leading lap after lap there. Might have been better off sitting on the outside and just riding for a minute.
Anthony English in the 40, a rookie here in the OP Racing. Got nothing but clean track in front of him. However, if he looks to his left, he's going to see a lot of cars trying to find a way around. Can Anthony English in that 40 machine hold on to the spot he has? The 51 machine, though, of Travis Elliott has jumped out to the outside lane, and he has some help with Aspen Belvin, and now the 28 of Derek Conley going to move up in front of him. The third lane starting to form up here as they work down this backstretch and head off into 3 and 4. We're going to have 4 cars working that third lane. A lot of drivers in the middle and a bunch of drivers on the bottom. Things are starting to get dicey here early in stage 3.
We've watched him run that third line most of the night here. Doesn't seem like I've seen anybody get to the front from there, but able to get to that middle lane maybe if somebody there bobbles or something. So maybe that's what they're hoping for. Our inside line looks really well formed. That 8 machine with his help there, and the 82 Daniel Harrington really hooked up together. That middle lane not quite as well shaped. The 15 of Alex Green not able to stay on that bumper of Anthony English quite as well.
Oh, contact, big crash. We got cars scattering everywhere. A lot of drivers involved in this one. Yellow flag flying. Josh Milam in the 7 going around. The 84 Aspen Belvin is smoking. Oh my goodness, Danny, we are going to get our first caution for an incident here tonight, and it is a big one.
It was bound to happen at some point, as hard as these guys are running, but you always hate to see it happen.
Let's back it up a little bit. Let's go to a replay here. We see the 46. Oh my goodness, I picked a little bit of an inopportune time there. So Kelly Milam in the 46 machine goes up and over on top of another car. He's going to tag the 02. Aspen Belvin getting involved. The 02 machine of David Overstreet gets climbed up and mounted by the 46 of Kelly Milam. Aspen Belvin in the 84 had nowhere to go. A lot of damage here in these cars. Mark Vega able to squeeze through. Good moves on his part. He found a way through. But man, we're under caution here for the first time for an incident tonight, and everyone on pit road.
That's kind of the big danger sitting in that outside line. If something happens, you've got nowhere to go. You know, you're stuck between the wall and another car. Whereas being on the bottom line, you can hopefully dive to some infield grass or something when things go a little bit crazy for you.
Race off of pit road looks like it's going to be won by Cody Ober in the 8. Alex Green in the 15 going to line up second here. Anthony English in the 40 having a good run going. Man, this race has got it all here tonight. And we got, well, we're in stage 3. If I take my shoes off, I can tell you how many laps we got left, but I'm not 100% sure. Somewhere around 40.
Yeah, they got plenty of time left here. It'll be, you know, we keep saying it's kind of a shootout here, but I don't know that you can call anything a shootout at Talladega.
Well, you could always shoot yourself in the foot, I guess, and then you'd shoot out your toe.
Sounds like a poor choice, but you know, if that's your thing, you know, I'm not going to judge.
Well, I've done that in a super speedway race. Very easy. You pick the wrong line, you pick the wrong time to bump drive somebody. Next thing you know, you're sideways, upside down, and on fire.
That on fire part, that's never a good thing.
No, it's not. All right, guys, caution flag flying. We're going to step away. We're going to play a video provided to us from OP Racing by Derek Conley. Guys, we'll be right back after this.
Warning, the following stunts are performed by idiots or under the supervision of stupider idiots. If you attempt to reenact any of these idiotic stunts you will see, you will be left with idiotic scars. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Alex Green. Welcome to OP Racing.
Welcome back to Turn 3 Racing Network here at the OP Racing League at Talladega. These guys have been putting on quite the show for us. Right now, we're in the middle of stage 3 with looking like Cody Ober sitting out there in front. Got a lap car sitting just in front of him, so he'll get waved around here in just a minute. But, you know, racing so far tonight has been awesome. These guys really working well together, making 2 and 3 wide, a thing that we're seeing all night long with little to no issue.
We've only been slowed down for one incident, and that comes in stage 3. That's why the caution flag is out. Several drivers getting caught up in that. I do want to point out that we do have 29 cars on the lead lap. Aspen Belvin in the 84 had to use a fast repair in that gold Copenhagen car. He is back out on track, but he is the first car 1 lap down. He is going to have to battle with Nate Stewart in the 13. Nate Stewart currently out on track in front of the leaders. 1 lap down. Not sure if he's going to be able to get the wave around here or not, but the lights are still on that Ford Mustang. It is flashing the lights, maybe trying to flag a tow truck. Not 100% sure.
He might need all the help he can get. Maybe he can get that tow truck to pull him around.
I like it. I like having somebody to bash Ford with.
The truth be known, I'm a Subaru fan, so there is that.
So if you're interested in becoming a broadcaster at Turn 3 Racing Network and filling Danny's spot, go ahead and send us a message through Facebook, as Danny will no longer be allowed to broadcast here at Turn 3.
Yeah, don't let anybody know that you like Subarus. You're in trouble, apparently.
No, I had to work on a Subaru once. I'm a mechanic, and I pretty much just said no.
I feel bad for you. That boxer engine's really cool, but as soon as you want to do some work on it, no thanks.
Yeah, it was not fun. I will say that. I did not enjoy that day. Well, alright, so anecdotes aside, here we go. Got some cars trapped between our leader and the pace car. They are going to get the wave around here. Hopefully the lights go out on the Ford Mustang, and they do. So the 13 is going to get rolling. He will tag the tail end of the field here, along with Rod Flag in the 23. Rod is trapped 2 laps down. Right now running in 32nd. All cars are still running that started tonight's event. As I said, everyone gets 1 fast repair. I believe that is a good balance between you know, keeping your car in shape and also having a opportunity to fix it if you get caught up in a situation outside of your control. In real life, you don't have one of those, but this is not a real life NASCAR race. This is on iRacing, and the fast repairs do come in handy. Does add a bit of strategy to it, and the drivers that have one in their back pocket probably sitting a little bit better than the drivers who don't.
You know, talking about strategy, we saw what was it, about 11th place on back all just come out of the pit lane there, so maybe topping off a little bit on fuel, trying to make it as deep into this stage as they possibly can.
Our fuel run is about 18 laps. If you do the math, we're going to get the green flag here on lap 55. They might be trying to make it on 1 more pit stop. That is going to be really pushing it, but if we stay green the rest of the way and they only have to make 1 stop, that is going to be a big boon for them. And right now, Cody Ober in the 8 machine, he's looking at a strategy that he is going to need a caution if he has hopes of winning this thing. But again, it all comes down to how well you can save, what you can do with that right foot on the throttle. Speaking of on the throttle, Cody Ober, Alex Green leading the field for our restart. Anthony English and Robert Payne. I'm sorry, that is not Robert Payne. That is Hunter Reynolds in row number 2. Here we go. Green flag is out, and Cody Ober and Alex Green side by side down into turn number 1. Robert Payne gonna drop down to the inside here, make a move on Hunter Reynolds, and he is gonna close the gap very quickly to Robert Payne. White trash DEI wannabes 1, 2, and 3 right now, but 2 cars on the inside. Alex Green by himself on the outside lane with help from Hunter Reynolds. Down through 3 and 4 they go. The drivers side by side. A lot of wiggling going on. We got Mark Vega up close to the wall. He has been shuffled out in that 3rd lane all by himself. He doesn't have any help just yet. He is going to lose a lot of ground. But Cody Ober going to cross the stripe as the leader for the moment. Mr. Excitement himself, the 15, Alex Green, trying to make something happen in that 2nd lane with Hunter Reynolds in the 26 tucked in very tightly behind him. Drivers working their way now through the backstretch.
Gotten so used to seeing these guys 3 wide every time someone starts to go just a little bit higher, move outside just a little bit. I'm expecting them to start making that happen, and surprised that they drop back in and just stay 2 here.
We're on board with Hunter Reynolds in the 26 machine, taking us through the trial right now as he is tucked in behind the Toyota Camry of Alex Green. And Alex going to lead that lap. A little bit of a bump draft, and Alex going to drop down to the inside here in that Advanced Auto Parts Speed Perks 15 machine. Now Cody Ober teaming up, getting to his back bumper. They're going to have to work hard and hustle those cars as DI wannabes running 1, 2, and 3 in the inside lane right now, along with Daniel Harrington tucked in right behind him. So all 4 teammates right there with Mark Vega. Wow, they're all right there. So DI wannabes all lined up on the inside line.
Gunnar Ober all over the back bumper of Alex Green, pushing him, making sure that they are going as fast as possible around this track, trying to fight off that outside line. That 26 machine of Hunter Reynolds, he's still working. You know, they're trying to make something happen from out there. They getting a little more momentum coming out of 2 there onto this back stretch. If they're able to carry it through, watch for him to drop down and take that lead away.
Couple big blinks from Alex Green, stalled out that inside line. That has allowed Hunter Reynolds and Scott Bellum to be able to pull out to the front. Remember, just a handful of laps ago, we saw Scott Bellum get shuffled to the inner line down below the yellow line. Had to check up big time, lost a whole bunch of spots, but he made the smart move, kept the car slowed down, kept it under control, and here he is. He has recovered very nicely from that incident, and he has found a way back up into 2nd place as he is now pushing Hunter Reynolds for the lead.
Right, we're getting used to seeing is Anthony English in that outside line leading it and dragging everybody along with him, coming up even there with the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. He's able to stay connected there with that number 12 machine there behind him, Tristan Walker. Those guys will be giving Hunter Reynolds a pretty good battle here for the lead. Looking like this time by, Anthony will actually lead that lap, so those 2 working well together on that outside line.
Anthony English, your race leader, has been out front for 2 laps. To his credit, as a rookie, he is looking to win his first race here on Monday night. What a statement that would make here in this OP Racing Super Speedway Series. Is that 40 machine looking very solid here. He has been a front runner now for quite a while, keeping that nose clean doing a good job, being very respectful, and as a rookie, that's kind of what you want to see. You want to see someone just mind their P's and Q's, not stir the pot a whole lot, and just log some laps. And if that rookie can do all of that while leading, man, that's even better.
That 12 machine looking like he's leaving him there, the inside, starting to form up that third line all on his own. Anthony English getting stuck in the center by himself.
3 wide we go. The outside lane led by Derek Conley in the 28. The inside lane led by Hunter Reynolds in the 26. Some more internet issues from the 15 of Alex Green. That is really going to cause that inside lane to stall out. Hopefully Alex can get that settled down. Here comes the 40 of Anthony English once again to the front with some help from the 7 of Josh Milam. And English is going to lead his third lap of the race.
Milam leaves him high, dives to the inside. Gonna take that front spot for himself this time.
The 14 machine of Cody Eldred. Now he is out front leading that outer lane. Shouldn't say out front, but he is the front car for that outside lane. Got a little bit of nose damage, but it doesn't seem to be slowing him up too much as he is now trying to make it work on that high, wide, and handsome line, I guess we can say, to use a cliche. But Josh Milam in the 7, he is going to be your current leader, and he is going to cross the line, leading that lap with Hunter Reynolds tucked in right behind him.
Those front 3 look like they've got things figured out for themselves, starting to pull away, starting to make a little bit of a distance between them and that outside line. They can stay tucked in there together. That's going to be all the better for them, give them control of this race.
Into 3 and 4 they go. Josh Milam leading this race, having a great time doing it as well, was Hunter Reynolds tucked in right behind him. Reynolds doing a good job. As I mentioned, he is in his sophomore season, that 26 machine. But Josh Milam in the 7 leading this race. He's no stranger to victory lane here in this OP Racing League. Has made the chase several times. And out front, running a very smooth, very good race so far.
Outside line looks like it's starting to form up a little bit here again, and they're starting to gain some time back on the inside. Hopefully, if they can get that lined up, we'll see them fighting for that lead again. But 7 of Josh Milam and Hunter Reynolds working well together. Hunter sitting right on that bumper, making sure that Josh is getting up to as much speed as he possibly can carry through that tri-oval across the start finish, giving him another lap.
The 13 machine and Nate Stewart hugging that wall, trying to get out of the way. He is going to go another lap down. That is 2 laps down for Nate Stewart. Rod Flag also 2 laps down in the 23. Big crash on the backstretch.
Look
Mark
like that might have
Vega
been
involved. Aspen Belvin involved. The 14 of Cody Eldred involved. Several drivers getting turned here. A lot of smoke. And this might be bad news for some of these drivers that they have already used a fast repair. Let's go to our replay and see exactly what happened here. Mark Vega in the 1 gonna go up and over. Cody Eldred in the 14 spinning down to the infield. Man, I'm all out of sorts. I cannot pick the right cameras, guys. I am so sorry. That really sucked. But another caution, and Mark Vega smoking, pulling down onto pit road. But your race leader is the 7 of Josh Milam. Danny, I'm getting worn out from all this.
A little too much excitement for you in your old age, huh?
I'd say. This is the caution needed for the drivers who made pit stops at the last second. We'll see how pit strategy plays out here for these guys. I expect to see several drivers hit pit road. Not 100% sure if everyone can make it here on one stop.
I'm expecting to see everybody come down regardless of how many more stops they need tonight, just to kind of stay in line with everyone with the timing of this caution.
Josh Milam, your race leader, into his pit box cleanly. The 8 of Cody Ober gets rolling once again. Mark Mann in the 04 into his box cleanly, and Milam gonna start rolling, and he is gonna easily win the race off of pit road. All right, guys, so caution flag flies. We're gonna step away for a minute. We'll be right back after this.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing. The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back to Turn 3 Racing Network. Watching these guys get around here under caution. This time by, we'll be going back to green with Josh Milam sitting in first. Connor Ober sitting in second to his outside. These guys been running some great racing here tonight. Been real exciting watching them ride 2 and 3 wide for most of the race here. Just behind Josh Milam, we're seeing that 3 car of Robert Payne, teammate to the 8 car of Cody Ober on the outside lane. So look for those two to be working together here on the restart to get lined up, whether that be on the outside line or working together on that inside. Coming through 4, just waiting for that pace car to drop off so we can get going back on that long front stretch, that long front tri-oval. Pace car goes ahead and drops below that yellow line, putting control back in the hands of Josh Milam. We get ready to go back to green. Josh Milam back to the loud bell. You hear everybody get hard on it, get charging. Outside line seems to be getting good jumps on these restarts, so those guys can stay together. They will be pushing that line pretty well. Josh Milam to the inside, got Robert Payne there behind him he'll be working with. Just behind him, Anthony English in that number 40 machine.
Cody Ober in the 8, using the momentum down the backstretch of the outside line, able to gather into the lead. Scott Bellum in the 07 gonna follow him, and they both dive down to the inside here for 3 and 4. Up off the corner they come, and Cody Ober, your race leader for the moment, he is trying to do all he can to pick up this opening race, as we are looking at 23 laps to go here at Talladega.
As quick as those guys have dropped down that outside line, starting to make a charge again already. The 15 machine pushed by the number 40 of August English quickly to that outside line and moving up on those guys.
We've been talking a lot about Anthony English here in that 40 machine. An impressive run by the rookie and doing a great job right now, leading or in that second spot in that outer lane. And I'll get my tongue untied here tonight. I've had a crazy prep for this race. I am all sorts out of shape. I'm so glad you're here, Danny. I'd be lost without you.
I do what I can.
Drivers side by side. We only got 2 cars in that 3rd lane, pretty far back. That is the 42 of Chris McCullough. He's got some ground to make up. He is working with the 116 of Mike Schultz, another rookie. And Mike Schultz putting on a good show here, trying to work with what he's got as a rookie. Not necessarily familiar with everyone around him, but doing a good job so far this season or race. Because, you know, we're in race 1 of the season, so I guess he is doing a great job so far this season.
I'd give it to him. I'd call it a good season so far.
Oh my goodness. Oh, a little bit of contact with the 46 of Kelly Milam. Kelly washed up a little bit through the tri-oval. No harm, no foul there. Everyone keeps going. Now we're starting to build some momentum in that third lane. We got 4 drivers working their way up there. All of that doesn't matter too much to Cody Ober right now as he is leading. Aspen Belvin in the 84, heavy damage on that machine. He is tucked down below the yellow line. Gonna try and keep his car out of the way. But our previous champion, Aspen Belvin, with some big time issues here. A lot of damage on that thing, and he is just trying to log some laps, trying to finish this race.
Watching that third lane, those two, that 42 machine of Chris McCullough getting caught up there. Just the two of them were able to get pushed up here to the front, so that outside lane definitely got some speed in it right now.
Looking at 20 laps to go. And we're starting to see drivers jockey for position. We will see one more pit stop. Nobody can make it on fuel. Everyone will have to stop one more time. The question is, will we have it under a yellow, or will this stay green the rest of the way? And if so, will these drivers make it work? They are now looking 3 wide. Everyone pretty smooth 3 wide. A lot of room here at Talladega to do that, and they are taking full advantage of that situation that they have as the 02 of David Overstreet going to drop down to that inside lane as he is out front for the first time tonight.
Last time by, it looked like that 42 machine might have taken the start finish there first, so that outside lane definitely working, as long as they can stay in line and maybe break up what's going on just inside them a little bit. They got some hope out there.
Side by side off of turn number 4 down into the tri-oval, and David Overstreet in the 02 hoping to be out front for this one and lead a lap, and gonna get it done, leading his first laps here as a rookie in OP Racing Super Speedway Series on Monday night.
That third lane starting to form up again. We got 4 cars out there working together. That middle lane looks like 2 cars broken up, and then a few more lining up with them, but not working as well as that outside lane right now.
Oh, big trouble for Chris McCullough. Contact, he's gonna wall ride like he's a skateboarder. Gonna gather it back up. We stay green for the moment, and that 42 machine heavily damaged as it is crab walking. He's gonna try and bring it around. Caution flag is gonna fly. Chris McCullough in the 42 got a little bit of a bump from Mike Schultz in the 116. That sent him up on the wall as if he was trying to wall ride to a 50-50 McFly. Making up skateboard moves as I go. Chase Berry getting a little piece of it. The 42 did a good job of holding it to the wall as the field went by. But that 42 machine heavily damaged. As we go back live, your race leader, Cody Ober in the 8, the 02 of David Overstreet, now sliding up to the front. A little confused as to who the leader is, and it looks like Overstreet's decided he would like to stay out front.
If somebody's giving me the option, I'm going to go ahead and take that every time too. Now, we talked about that drivers are going to need one more stop here to make it on fuel. Really, the question is, though, how much fuel do you need to put in to make it to the end? And are you going to be able to cheat, you know, a gallon or half a gallon somewhere to maybe get yourself a little bit of position off of pit lane here?
Overstreet misses his pit box by a little bit, has to back up. That is going to cost him some time. Josh Milam into his pit box cleanly. Here comes Cody Ober, though, as the first one off of pit road. The 12 machine of Tristan Walker also going to come off in second. He made a good pit stop. Gained a lot of ground there. Rod Flag in the 23 cycling around, getting caught up with drivers trapped behind the pace car. These three drivers probably are going to hit pit road this time. That is the 14 of Cody Eldred, the 84 of Aspen Melvin, and the 23 of Rod Flag. That will give the lead to the 8 of Cody Ober. All right, guys, while we are under caution, we're going to step away for a minute. We'll be right back. You know what? Yeah, we're going to step away. We'll be right back.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back to Talladega Speedway, here with the OP Racing League, running their Super Speedway Series here in the Cup cars. These guys are pushing these machines to the limit, sometimes a little bit beyond. Looking here at the front with Cody Obert running in first place and Tristan Walker running there in second. Tristan been all over the field a little bit here tonight, finds himself up there in that second position. At one point sitting all the way back in 30th before working his way up here. So been quite the night for Tristan, able to maybe get something going here for the end of the race.
Lights have gone out on the Ford Mustang once again. That means it's time to get ready to go racing. We are into the final countdown of this race. All the drivers have made what will be their last pit stop of the night. Everyone can make it on fuel from here. And that means hammer down, build some heat, let her eat. Whatever phrase you want to say, let's get her done. And I'll tell you what, Cody Obert picking the outside lane, Tristan Walker in the 12 on the inside. It's going to be a good race to the finish here. Good little sprint. We'll see what these drivers have.
From the race we've seen so far tonight, I'm thinking that outside lane, that was a good pick. We've seen that outside lane all night long, able to make that pass, if not just right out there and click off laps leading.
Anthony English, the highest running rookie, he currently is scored as the highest running rookie, as he is just a nose in front of the 0-2 of David Overstreet. David Overstreet on that inside lane going to be starting technically in third, but when I looked at my scoring chart, he was behind Anthony. But two rookies right there making up row number 2 for this restart. These guys putting on a good show, saying, hey, we might be rookies, but we might belong here as well.
You know, and that might have been a big part that played into where Cody decided to pick his lane. He knows Anthony's been running there towards the front all night long and looking for somebody to work with here.
And David Booth in the 77 machine gonna take us for a ride on this restart. A rookie, we got a lot of rookies up in the front here, and David Booth, not that I'm partial to the 77, but take us for a ride, David. Show us what you got as we are working through the tri-oval, waiting patiently for the green flag to drop here at Talladega. Waiting, and here it is. Green flag is out. Everyone's got to get through the gearbox cleanly. And acceleration, push yourself back in the seat, because here we go. Down into turn number 1, the gyro cam showing just how steeply banked Talladega is. The 8 machine and Cody Ober gonna dive down to the inside here. David Booth in the 77, now the 4th car on the inside line, did not get the start he would like to have had. Ober gonna move up out of his way up to the outside lane. Booth with a good head of steam now gonna give the shot to the 0-2 of David Overstreet.
Surprised to see that outside lane not get going off the start, but if they've got things formed up now.
Ooh, contact in the back. Several drivers going around. Caution flag gonna fly. The 116 spinning like a top. That is Mike Schultz. Heavy damage on that one. Oh no, and Aspen Belvin last second comes plowing in. Big damage for Aspen. He is gonna get that rolling. So just as fast as we get rolling, we get back under yellow. We're gonna watch this from the nose cam of the 84 of Aspen Belvin. You can see him trying to dodge crashes, trying to pick a lane. The 14 of Cody Eldred just set into his sights. The 35 getting a piece of that as well. Doug Rice in the 35 machine. See several drivers getting turned. Looks like there was multiple incidences. And Doug Rice in the 35. Man, oh man, what a wreck this one was. As we were coming to just a handful of laps left. That will give the lead to the 12 of Tristan Walker. He just had his nose out in front of Cody Ober when the yellow flied. Wow, I just said that. Danny, how about you just do the talking from here on out? Holy cow.
Well, with that quick of a restart and then a caution, Tristan gonna have that choice like we saw Cody, inside or outside. Cody picked that outside lane, didn't work out for him, obviously. He's sitting in second place now. Not a huge gap, but definitely something Tristan's gonna have to think about, whether he stays to that inside line, kind of plays it safe, or jumps to the outside and hopes that that lane gets moving again.
Speaking of our leader, let's see if we can't get a word in with the 12 machine of Tristan Walker. Tristan, you got your ears on, bud?
Yes, sir.
Man, oh man, tell us a little bit about your race as that 12 is out front right now.
Well, it's been a long race. I just want this 10 laps to go by really fast with me in front. I've been mired back in the pack most of the race. Pulled some just gas only on some stops. Got 2 tires on the last stop that we had, and I found myself up here.
You been able to find much help up there, or are you kind of riding on your own?
Well, I was working with the 40 earlier. I pushed him to the front, got hot, had to breathe, so I went back to the back. And I've been up here a couple times, up to top 5, but then I had to drop out because I need to breathe. But yeah, I've been playing the game of back to front challenge all day.
That 12 machine, looking like a new paint scheme for you, or my trading paints isn't working. Can you shed some light on it?
Well, I switched to the number, and I always believe stay with your number with the paint scheme that you run, so Ron Blaney schemes.
Alright, well then I have the correct one showing, and it looks good here, but it's throwing me off as you are running a new scheme, new colors, new number, and all that stuff. I do like it, but that 12 got some rubber up all over it. But I'll tell you right now, you got some fresh air. How's it feel being behind that Ford butt stain?
Well, it's not a butt stain. Well, yeah, the caution car. I feel okay. I'm kind of nervous. anticipation what's going to happen, but I'm ready for it.
All right, man. Well, good luck to you for the rest of the race. Hopefully, you'll bring it home. We'll get to talk to you maybe on the top step of the podium. Good luck to you for the rest of the race.
All right, thank you guys.
Before we let you go, any shout-outs, thank yous you'd like to give?
Just OP Racing, Alex, Robert, Cody for running the league, you guys for broadcasting. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And yeah, just have a good race. See you next week.
That is Tristan Walker, part of the JSI Motorsports stable. Right now, he is your race leader. And Danny, what do you say? How about you pick the next person we talk to? Who do you feel needs to be talked to now? Maybe get some insight on some strategy.
You know, that David Overstreet sitting there in that third position, that he might be somebody, if we can get a hold of him down there. 1 second while we dig through.
David Overstreet, this is KR and Danny up in the broadcast booth for Turn 3 Racing Network. You got your ears on?
Hey, KR, how's it going?
It's going just great. Tell us, first of all, a little bit about your race.
Let's see. I've actually had a pretty decent race this time, I think. We got caught up in that one wreck, but other than that, I think we're doing pretty good tonight.
The night going to plan, or you've just been flying by the seat of your pants tonight?
So far, I got my teammate up here with me, so far the plan's going pretty good.
That's always got to be nice here at the super speedways. Always glad to have somebody there to work with. You said you kind of bounced around a little bit. Did that have you worried as you were dropping back there? Or did you feel like you had plenty of time to work with it?
I felt we did a pretty good strategy the whole race, so.
So now you'll be sitting, what, third place here on this restart? That inside lane where you want to be, or are you hoping to get back out to that outside?
It seemed like that last restart went pretty good, so I guess we'll try that again.
Well, hey, you have a great race. Looking at about 10 laps here to go, so you guys have a great shootout here.
All right, thanks for broadcasting. Thanks for Les Levy for letting me borrow his paint scheme tonight.
Hey, David, what team are you associated with?
Last Lap Motorsports.
Last
We
Lap
got the 77 and 6.
All right,
and
man.
Les Levy.
Well, good luck, and hopefully we'll talk to you again later here at the end of the race.
All right, that's the plan.
All right, that was David Overstreet giving us a little bit of insight into his race so far. Drivers have formed up behind the pace car. And Danny, we get to talk a little bit during our commercial breaks. And we brought up how OP Racing puts on a good show. This being your super speedway series, kind of a first time for you seeing these guys. What are your thoughts so far on them?
You know, I've just been really impressed with how well they run. You know, a lot of times guys end up 3 wide, start panicking, and chaos comes loose. These guys run 3 wide, and everybody seems happy to do it, you know. Excited to see that much car control, excited for what this season's going to bring us.
I think we're in for a good final 9 laps. Keep in mind, if we see the caution within, I think it's 5 laps to go, that will wrap it up. Green, white, checkered is in the works for iRacing. But for now, these drivers have a set number of laps. Pace car is off. We're getting ready to go green flag racing. Tristan Walker choosing the outside lane. The 8 of Cody Ober on the inside. That will make up row number 1. Row number 2 will be the 02 of David Overstreet and the rookie 40 machine Anthony English in his outside. Both those guys in row 2 are rookies, putting on a good show. They've been out front for a lot tonight. Green flag is out. Here we go. Could be the final restart of the night. How's it gonna play out? David Overstreet really tucked in tight.
Thought Tristan get a little bit of a jump there, but Cody Ober and that 0-2 machine of David Overstreet able to work together, get that line going on the inside there. Already we're seeing a third line forming out on the outside. This late in the race, you know guys are pushing as hard as they can to get to the front. Watching Tristan drop back down to the inside, bouncing back and forth between the two lanes, trying to control this race.
Doesn't work. Anthony English wants nothing to do with it. He's going to move into the outside lane, but he's going to stall out Cody Ober and Tristan Walker with a good run there. Ober is going to lead that lap as we are at 7 laps to go here in the season opener. Oh, Robert Payne's getting turned. Big time trouble. Driver's going around. As we're back under caution, we will see a 2-lap shootout. Wow.
Problem there is they're coming in the corner, a little bit of contact, and guys start bouncing all over the place. You know, when that starts happening, it's just a matter of time before it starts collecting people.
Robert Payne in the 3. Washed up a little bit as he went into the corner, tagged the 77, tagged the 2. Big stack up. Scott Bellum getting involved. The 39 of Jacob Gadam Sayers involved. Hunter Reynolds there sideways. Alex Green comes in last second on the brakes, locked up. Gonna tag the 23 as well of Rod Flagg. The driver's going to catch up once again to the pace car. We are going to have a 3-lap shootout, I think. 2 or 3 lap shootout here as everyone's going to try and get sorted in behind the pace car. Not necessarily what you want to see, but it is something that happens here in these super speedways as the closes out.
As these guys are running, you know, like just any little bit of contact, you've got nowhere else to go but into a car next to you or behind you. So the closer we get to the end of the race, the more these guys are pushing. It's kind of expected, but you never want to see it. You always want to see everything run green as long as possible. Give these guys the opportunity to really race it out and see who's able to take advantage of the draft that we see here.
So Tristan Walker holding on to the lead for the moment. Cody Ober in second. Josh Milam now into 3rd place in the FSR. He is leading the charge for that team. Cody Ober leading the charge for his team. Someone we haven't talked to yet. Let's see if we can get a quick word in with the 40 machine of Anthony English, as he is a front-running rookie here in the OP Racing. Anthony, you got your ears on, bud? Try him again here.
Somebody talking to me.
The 40 of Anthony English. Yes, this is KR and Danny up in the broadcast booth. How you doing out there tonight?
Pretty good. Yourself?
Not too bad. That 40 machine has been running up front as a rookie. That is definitely an accomplishment. But here you are, closing laps of the race, making your first time appearance here on Monday night. Tell us a little bit about how you're feeling and what's going on out there.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's been a wild one. No teammates up here, so just gonna duck and dive and try to miss it if it happens, you know? Coming on top, coming on top.
What has it taken for you to be out there running consistently in this front pack through all the pit stops, through all the cautions, lap after lap? What has been your strategy and what has worked for you so far that has kept you there?
Honestly, just driving the doors up the Chevy Camaro.
All right, Danny, he's driving the doors off. It looks like they're still there, but I understand that expression.
You know, we've seen you through the night. Seems like you disappear for half a second and then you're right back up there. This super speedway thing, something you're super comfortable with, something you really like doing, or is this just something you're jumping into here?
No, I love it. I've actually been doing it for years.
All right,
And you're just...
Sorry. Anthony, before we let you go, any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Well, first off, off screen and all of OPC Racing. It's a great thing that they put on here for us tonight. You guys for the wonderful broadcast, and my teammates, Alliance Motorsports.
All right, man. Well, Anthony, good luck to you. You're looking good so far. Keep up the good work, and man, hopefully your race pans out the way you'd like.
Thank you.
That is Anthony English from Alliance Motorsports giving us a quick word. And Danny, someone else you'd like to talk to?
Let's see here. See if we can get a hold of Josh there in the number 7 machine.
Josh Milam in the 7. Give me just a second. Let's see if we can't pull him up. And that is Josh Milam in the 7. You got your ears on, bud?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right. Well, Danny wanted to talk to you, so take it away.
You know, we've really been excited watching you here tonight as you're moving up through that field. What's it taking to be towards the front of the pack here tonight?
I don't really. These are so questionable. You don't know what they're ever going to do. It's kind of just riding it, letting it take you where it wants to. But luckily, I made a move and I was able to get back up here before that caution. After that restart, I was in 9th. Let's see what happens here. Hopefully, we don't have no wheel spin on this restart. Get good traction. Maybe make another move, possibly get this win here.
Has that been something you guys been fighting here through the night on the restarts? A little bit of wheel spin?
It is. We've been, every chance I get, I'm taking tires, as long as it doesn't hurt me too bad, in position and what part of the race we're in. But yes, I've taken tires multiple times here. I don't know about the 2 guys in front of me, but I've done a restart check here, and I'm good to go.
Well, you're definitely keeping it exciting out there. What's the plan from here on out? I guess just charge hard to the front, huh?
Oh, definitely. I'm going to see who chooses me here. One of these leader here gets to pick high or low, so I'm going to look for some major blocking that lead. But, I'm going to try to make a move and get around these guys, hopefully pull the win. If not, I get right underneath someone's bumper and push them across the line if I can.
There you go. That's all the excitement we're looking for here tonight. You know, who helps you get out on track? Anyone you need to give a shout out to?
Definitely my team, Fuel Sim Racing, Kelly and Derek Conley, also Ernie Williams, who's not here tonight. Derek for supporting us with these paint jobs here. He's put a lot of work and time. You guys definitely proud to be a part of this new broadcast that we got going on. Also Alex, Cody, Robert, for putting this thing together. It's been a fun one. New cars, we're looking making fun for everybody to watch.
Well, hey, we appreciate you taking a minute, having a word with us up here in the booth. We'll get you back down there with your team for this restart.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Welcome to our league, man.
Thank you.
Josh Milam, driver of the 7 machine, part of the Fuel Sim Racing. Right now, he is on that inside lane. It looks like the 12 of Tristan Walker has chosen him to push him. Cody over in the outside of row number 1, gonna work with David Overstreet in the 02. These guys getting ready as we're gonna have 2 laps to go when the green flag drops. And Danny, if you're a driver out there, how much are your palms sweating right now?
I'm barely able to hang on to my steering wheel. If it wasn't for some racing gloves, maybe a little bit of duct tape, that thing might be slipping through my hands.
I've been in this situation in a super speedway series where you've had just a handful of laps, you've been out front. It is nerve-wracking for sure, because you don't know what's going to happen. You know you got to hold on to your car, you got to make it as wide as possible, and you got to do all of that while trying to keep it clean. But here we go. Pace cars off. Tristan Walker, Cody Ober leading this field. We'll have 2 laps to go as they wait oh so long here at Talladega for the green flag to drop. And there it is, green flag is out. We are underway for the final restart of the first race of OP Racing Super Speedway Season 3. Down into turns 1 and 2 they go. Side by side, very even for the first 4 cars. The 52 machine of Sean McCarrick, we have not talked about him all race long. Another rookie, and here he is. Oh, big contact in the back. Looks like several drivers going around. Chase Berry getting into the 10 machine of Robert Duvendak. That is going to bring out the yellow. Not sure who is being scored as the leader. It looks like the 12 of Tristan Walker, as this race will finish under yellow. And we're going to go to our instant replay here and see what happened. The 10 machine of Duvendak in the middle all by himself. Chase Berry going around in the 11. Take another look at this from high atop here. 116 of Mike Schultz behind Chase Berry. The 04 of Mark Mann just comes up into those 3 cars. They had nowhere to go. Aspen Belvin squeaking through. That car is going to find a way to keep running. But we're on the final lap, and Tristan Walker in the 12 machine, currently your race leader, gonna pick up his first win of the season in the first race of season 3. And Danny, we talked about it, it's a risky run here in the Super Speedway series, but it looks like the 12 has managed all of that risk, and he is gonna pull off a win.
You know, it's always a gamble, so he chose right, you know, getting that restart right the way he wanted, with Josh there pushing him right off the start, so it worked out well for him.
Final time down through the tri-oval, across the line he is gonna go. This race slowed down by cautions here in stage number 3. Stages 1 and 2 caution free. Stage 3 really stacked them up. Drivers trying to get all they can, and there it is. It is across the line. Race done, race finished. Your race winner is none other than the 12 of Tristan Walker. Little post-race activity as they cross the start-finish line. Several drivers going for a spin, but your race winner, Tristan Walker, getting it done here tonight in the OP Racing Super Speedway Series. Several drivers coming up to congratulate him. Guys, no one go anywhere. We're going to set up our post-race show, and we're going to enjoy the 12 machine as he celebrates his victory. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as drivers are celebrating the first race of the season as only OP Racing can. Full on burnouts with all the drivers still running. However, we got to get through our top 3 for these interviews, and we're going to kick it off with Tristan Walker in the 12 machine. Tristan, congratulations on your race win here. You opened up the season the best way possible. You picked up the win. Tell us about your race, what it took, and what is going on around you.
That's just my teammates back there burning out for me. There's Cody. Yeah, it's been I was mired back in the pack for most of the day. It was pretty good racing. Cody just blew up. Or Jacob, yeah. And yeah, I was just biding my time, really. Did pit strategy early to see what would happen and how the tires would react. Yeah, if you didn't change tires here, you're gonna spin a little bit on the restart. Got in the right spot at the right time and ended up winning.
Well, that 12 machine is on the top step of the podium because you made some great calls throughout the race. Nice job here in the OP Racing. Opening race for the season. A lot of drivers out there. We started 32 cars. What was the mentality of everyone out there? How do you feel these drivers are going to handle this season?
Well, first of all, the cars with the cup package that we have now, there's a lot of movement that there used to not be. If you remember single file lines, that made the change for these cars, and it's so much more fun. Especially whenever you ran the Xfinity cars for 2 seasons, you kind of get bored of that after a while. So a change was good, and also got the new number, same team but different number. That's probably a bit of why I won. Lucky.
Oh man, again, nice job out here tonight, opening up the season with a win, locking yourself into the chase. Are you going to be able to meet the requirements and make it into the chase here?
Yeah, I should be able to. Last season I had to replace a wheel and missed half the season. I'm glad to get back and get the first win, so there's no pressure on me for the rest of the season, really.
All right, man, nice job. We look forward to some great racing from you all season long. Any final shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Just my teammates, yes, Travis, Chase, Jacob, Aspen, they all work together. We all try to pit together, get everything going right. And working with the right people during the day, like Derek and Cody. I was trying to hold off Cody there at the last restart. Just a bunch, the owners of the group, I need to shout them out. Alex, Robert, and Cody. They own the group. If you haven't subscribed to Turn 3 Networks, subscribe.
All right, that is none other than Tristan Walker getting it done out here tonight. Thank you so much, Tristan. Congratulations on your race win. All right, Danny, I believe you caught up with our second place finisher. That is the 7 of Josh Milam.
I did. Josh, you got a copy?
I'm here, man.
Awesome. Hey, well, we just got a chance to talk to you. How'd that end of the race go for you? The way you were planning, or?
It went exactly what I was telling you guys. There was a major blocking going on there. I told you to be prepared for that. A lot of diving in and out of that. Fortunately, it didn't go the distance there. But yeah, just that restart, everybody got a clean start. Was pretty good. I just lucked up and had either Cody had damage or I had the better push going in there. And I was able to pop up in front of him. Caution came out before we could me and Tristan could get settled in, make that final move. But it's all good. It was a good finish. I enjoyed it.
Well, hey, coming into the race, everybody has a plan. Was that the plan that you were able to stick with through the night, or was it changing?
Well, we've had a few practice races here and there. The plan, I think we were just planning as we were going. We didn't really have a set plan. It worked out for me well. Didn't work out well for my teammates. So, but no, we were just racing, driving, and seeing where we could put ourselves. getting the feel of the rate cars and how they react and everything. So gas mileage and seeing how far we can make it.
Well, you know, it was good watching you up there towards the front. You were telling us those tires were spinning a little bit on you on the restart. It looked like you got hooked up really well that time, able to get that bottom line going. Any shout outs you need to give, anybody you want to say thank you to?
Definitely owners again, Cody and Rob, Alex, doing a great job putting this together for 3 seasons now. You guys with the new broadcast here. I hope everyone enjoyed watching it. My teammates, also a friend that just popped in. Well, he's been watching some of it, and he's on here now, I believe. Tommy, give a shout out to him for popping in here and watching. I think that's about it.
Hey, well, congratulations on that second place finish. We look forward to seeing you more throughout the season.
All right, guys, thanks.
That was Josh Milam, driver of the 7 machine, bringing it home in second place. Now it's time to talk to probably my favorite person in OP racing. That is none other than 8 machine, Cody Ober, finishing third here tonight. Cody, congratulations on third place. Nice job out there. Your car looks a little beat up, but man, you found a way to make it work.
You're making me blush, KR.
I mean, that's what I'm here for.
Yeah, it was fun. We stayed out front for, I don't think I dropped out of the top 10 the whole entire race. I got second, pushing my teammate to both stage wins, which was awesome. And yeah, the car felt great. The pit stops went great. Alex did a great job calling pit strategy and everything. I wish we could have won it, obviously, but we got a little bit of right front damage. I think we got door banged at the very last caution. And yeah, I think that was just the difference maker. I just couldn't cut through the air like I could before, and Josh was able to hop up in front of me. But I'll take a third place and 2 second place stage finishes.
Not too bad of a points haul for you here in the first race. A bit early to talk about championship runs, but you made it into the chase last season. You have a good start here in season 3. What do you think the key is to make it into the chase this year?
Well, my key is this year is to win. Multiple times a win has escaped me when I was in good position. Too many times to count at this point. And I want to get that monkey off my shoulder. It just keeps escaping me. So the last 2 seasons I've got in by points. Last season I got in. I got into the final 4 and almost got it. But stuff happens, and just take what happened on that last lap and use it to fuel my fire for this season.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on your third place finish here tonight. Before we let you go, last chance shout outs, thank yous, anyone you missed, mom, dad, aunts, uncles, maybe a favorite pet that you have that you've neglected while you're out here racing.
No, my dog, he hangs out with me and watches me race, so we're cool. But no, I would like to thank y'all for picking us up and letting us transfer over with you. And yeah, y'all called a heck of a race, and I can't wait to see how this season goes with the partnership between us. I mean, you're the voice of OP, and definitely going to keep it that way. But yeah, I just want to shout Alex out for doing our pit strategy. He called a heck of a race. I feel bad because he was having network issues the whole entire race, so that kind of screwed him out of it. Dan, for those first 40 laps, me and him were a heck of a duo, and obviously it paid off with the 2 stage wins for him. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, Cody, nice job, man. Congratulations on 3rd place. And what a great opening to the season you've had here.
Thank you, sir.
That is Cody Ober, driver of the 8 machine, bringing it home in 3rd place here tonight. And that means there's nothing left for us to talk about except for the finishing order. And Dan, why don't you take us through these results?
All right, here we go. Starting at the top, Tristan Walker brought it home in 1st place. Josh Millen in 2nd, and Cody Ober, that we just talked to, finished out in 3rd. Anthony English, the first rookie, 4th place tonight, with David Overstreet, another rookie, sitting right there behind him in 5th place. And McCullough finishing in 6th. John McCarrick finishing 7th. Chris McCullough in 8th. David Booth finishing 9th. Mark Vega putting in a good showing, getting in the top 10. David McCullough finishing 11th. Travis Elliott finishing 12th. Derek Connolly in 13th. Mark Mann in 14th. And rounding out the top 15 is going to be James Mayer.
16th, we'll go to the 3 of Robert Payne. Alex Green in the 17th spot. Jacob Gadam Sayers will be 18th. 19th, Daniel Harrington. Hunter Reynolds in 20th. 21st, Doug Rice. 22nd, Rick Seabrans. Rod Flagg in the 23 machine will finish 23rd. Cody Leavitt will be 24th. 25th, going to Robert Duvendak. Chase Berry in the 11 will be 26th. 27th, going to Mike Schultz. Scott Bellum in the 07 will be 28th. 29th will be Aspen Belvin. 30th, Cody Eldred. Kelly Milam, 31st. And rounding out the field tonight, Nate Stewart in the 13 machine will be 32nd place. So guys, that is going to wrap it up for us here at Turn 3 Racing Network. For myself, KR Stolfus, and Danny Danny
Valenzuela.
Yes, thank you. What? Listen, your name is like it's there, okay? I see it, but I can't say that. That is, you got like 6 extra syllables. What am I supposed to do with that?
Try spelling that in kindergarten.
That was easy. THAT.
Oh.
I once forgot how to spell of in 3rd grade. It happens. But man, thank you so much for joining me here tonight. I look forward to several more races with you. Here's the OP Racing Super Speedway Series. It's kicked off for season number 3. Tell me a little bit about what you saw out there.
Great racing throughout the field. These guys running a lot more green flag laps than when I see a lot of times at these super speedways. So that's always exciting. A lot of tactics coming in as far as pit strategy and who's going to work with who. Really excited to see this new package that these Cup cars got working on the different tracks.
I would agree. A lot of different stuff going on out here tonight. This was the first time OP Racing ran the A car here in iRacing. Got a little work to do here in stage 3 as they kind of wadded it up, in my opinion, but drivers going for it's going to create those issues. But I'll tell you what, it's going to be an exciting season. We got several races all season long right here on Turn 3 Racing Network. If you haven't done so yet, give it a thumbs up, give it a subscribe, do all that stuff you need to do to make sure you're right here for the best racing available on iRacing. Guys, have a good night. For myself, for Danny, and for Turn 3 Racing Network, thank you so much for joining us. Guys, have a good night.
Warning, the following stunts are performed by idiots or under the supervision of stupider idiots. If you attempt to reenact any of these idiotic stunts you will see, you will be left with idiotic scars. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Alex Green. Welcome to OP Racing.